Hey, yo! What's poppin', gang? We back with another video. What's good? What's good? What's good? All right, man. So I felt the need to make this video. I'm gonna try not to make it a super long video, and I'm also gonna try not to edit it. I'm trying my hardest. I don't want to edit it. I just want to give y'all raw reaction, right? So I feel the need to make this video because I think there is some misconception with some of the fans. I think there's some misconceptions with the fans. And I'll even start by saying, I don't know if this video is going to help at all. I don't know if by the end of watching this video, people are still going to have their own specific, thought that they have about it. I'll just say, I don't think there's any right or wrong answer here. Was Kendrick Lamar snubbed at the American Music Awards yesterday? And I thought about it really briefly, and I knew that the American Music Awards were yesterday. I had looked it up earlier in the day, and I didn't even watch it. Like, I didn't even watch it. So I want to know from the people who maybe even click on this video, did you watch the American Music Awards? I think that has a lot to do with one of the reasons why Kendrick didn't win some of the awards that we were expecting him to win, or at least thought that he had a fair shot at winning. So before we go ahead and get into this video, do me a favor, gang. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I appreciate everybody's attention. I appreciate everybody clicking on the video. If you're a member, if you subbed, if you hit the like button, if you guys follow me on all my socials, I appreciate everything. Thank you guys so much. So American Music Awards aired last night, and I think I checked around 11 o'clock, 10 or 11 o'clock to see if, basically I was waiting to see the sweep. I was waiting to see the sweep. I was waiting to see another imaginary image of Kendrick Lamar holding a bunch of American Music Awards. And that was not the case. I don't know if you guys are aware that was not the case. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and take a look at some of the categories that were presented and which ones Kendrick Lamar walked away with and which ones he did not walk away with. And I want to say this too, right? Kendrick don't have to win everything, okay? Like, I don't want people to just come to this page or come to this channel and think, yo, we believe Kendrick should win everything. That's not the case. I think people were expecting him to win, but not necessarily understanding the logistics of how to obtain a win with the American Music Awards. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. All right, so I have Eminem up here because he actually took home one of the bigger awards, which was Eminem wins the favorite male hip hop artist. Eminem wins the favorite male hip hop artist at 2025's American Music Awards. Now, that's probably one of the bigger awards, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So who won, right? So who won some of these awards? Who won the American Music Awards for 2025? See the full list of winners here. We don't have to do a ton of the 2025 American Music Awards billed as the largest fan voted award show. Got to stop right there for just a second. This is a fan voted award show. Now, I think a lot of the Kendrick pages were posting links for people to actually go ahead and vote for the American Music Awards. I even posted it myself because I found the information and I wasn't aware that it wasn't a a conglomerate, I guess, or a group of people or a voting party or voting group that voted, and then we just saw the aftermath of that. But no, these are actual fans of artists that had to go on the American Music Award website, click and vote. And I think you could have voted multiple times, and I think you could vote multiple times daily. I don't know if it's every day, but I think there was a certain span of time where you didn't just have to vote one day. You could have continued to vote. So I think there are several layers of just basically misunderstanding how Kendrick Lamar could have gotten this win and how maybe he didn't get the win. Kendrick Lamar, three-time AMA winner, earned the most nominations this year with 10, but only ended up taking home 1. Now, I think the one that he did win is almost unanimous. I don't think he could have lost that, right? I don't think he could have lost that. So, which kind of leads people to think that there's some some funny business going on behind the scenes. And I'm not here to tell you that there's not, right? I'm not here to say that there's not any funny business, but I think what I'm seeing this morning, it is 9:50 Central Standard Time. Not a lot of people even knew that you had to vote. People just assumed that it was a voting party or a voting body, and and they just made the selection, and then we just saw the award ceremony. In fact, you did have to go along and vote. So Post Malone came in with into the night with the second most nominations with 8. He too was eyeing big wins in artist and album and song of the year. Eilish, Chaperone, and Shabuzi each have 7 nominations. Okay. So we've seen all of that already. We kind of knew where everybody was going to land and at least where everybody was nominated. But let's go ahead and take a look at who won. Billie Eilish wins for Artist of the Year. And I think any person nominated for Artist of the Year probably has a really good chance of winning that. Right? Like, and I mean that, like, everyone here is in a space where they could possibly win Artist of the Year. However, and maybe it's just my bias, right? It could be my bias. It could be our bias. I'm more into hip hop than I am into anything, right? So when it comes to Billie Eilish and Ariana Grande and Chaperone and Morgan Wallen and Post Malone and Sabrina Carpenter and SZA and Taylor Swift and Zach Bryan, I'm not really a lot of their audience. So obviously I have my own bias there. But what I wanted to say was, I think there's probably a little bit more of an understanding with some of these artists that they needed to be voted for. And I don't think that a lot of the Kendrick fans knew that he was supposed to be voted for. And that's not to say that everyone didn't know. So I don't want anybody to say that I'm saying that. That's not what I'm saying, because I even didn't know. And I had to post it for people to understand. You have to go and you have to vote. So he did not win Artist of the Year. Billie Eilish won. And outside of Billie Eilish, the only other person outside of Kendrick I could have saw would have been Morgan Wallen or Taylor Swift. You guys can let me know if you guys believe Billie Eilish should have won Artist of the Year. So new Artist of the Year, not something that Kendrick was even was nominated for. He's obviously not a new artist. Gracie Abrams won. I'm unfamiliar with Gracie Abrams. I am familiar with Benson Boone, Chaperone, Shabuzi, Teddy Swims, and Tommy Richmond. Every new artist that I know didn't win, but the one I didn't know won, Gracie Abrams. So congratulations to all the winners, by the way. But let me know if you guys agree with who won in every category. Personally, it would have been Shabuzi, Teddy Swims, or Benson Boone. Benson Boone had a track that I was like, yo, that boy can sing. So let me know what y'all thought about that. I definitely thought Benson Boone and them should have had a shot. Song of the Year. This is alarming to me personally. And again, I say this again because I'm not a fan. Not that I'm not a fan. I'm clearly aware of Billie Eilish. I don't listen to her music regularly. I don't listen to her albums. If it's on the radio, I probably won't hear it. If it's a major smash, and I'm sure this is, because the Billie Eilish fans will probably really know that, I am completely unaware of this song. Benson Boone, I'm aware of. Chaperone, I don't think I'm familiar with that. Hozier, I'm familiar with that song, Too Sweet. Not Like Us, nationally taken over. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, I think I've heard that. I don't know if I don't think I even like that song. Post Malone and Morgan Wallen, I'm not really familiar with that. Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso, I don't know that. Bar Song, Tipsy, and Lose Control. I don't think I've heard more songs on the radio. Not Like Us, Bar Song, and Bar Song and Lose Control are probably the songs that I hear the most on the radio. I mean, I'm talking about at any given time I get in the car, I can change the station and one of those songs will be playing. So Song of the Year, it didn't have to be Kendrick. It could have been anybody, but Billie Eilish won. And I think what we're seeing here with 2 categories already is that Billie Eilish fans understood the assignment. They went out and they just voted. That's right. Like, you could believe that there's something going on behind the scenes. I'm not here to tell you that it's not, but it kind of lets me see that maybe the fans just understood the assignment and knew, and we were so unaware that we had to vote. I'm seeing it all on my comments, like, damn, I didn't even know we had to vote. I would have voted. I'm seeing those kind of things too. Favorite touring artist is Billie Eilish. I'm not really familiar with the rest of those people. No, I am familiar with them. I'm not saying that. I'm just touring. Okay. Favorite music video. Die with a Smile. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Die with a Smile. Now, the music video, it's a fan vote though, so I'm not sure, man. It's a fan vote, and not like us. I've heard some people even go as far as saying the American Music Awards do not want to end up in any sort of lawsuit. They don't want to be mentioned. They don't want to give W's, but he ended up getting a W, so I don't really know if that sticks. But Not Like Us as a music video is an attack on the boy. We already know that already. So he didn't win for favorite music video. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars won. Shout out to them. Favorite male pop artist goes to Bruno Mars. Favorite female pop artist goes to Billie Eilish. And again, you guys could let me know if you guys had any difference in opinion here. You guys could let me know if you would have thought some other artist should have won for female and male pop artists. Favorite pop album goes to Billie Eilish. She swept the night. She swept the night in the way Kendrick swept the Grammys. And like, if her fans just popped out and really just got the job done, then kudos to them, right? We know for next time. Or just if you have an artist that you're interested in and you want them to win an American Music Award, at least now you understand the assignment if you don't know, right? It's a learning experience. It's all good. Favorite pop song, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather. Favorite male country artist goes to Post Malone. That would probably piss some people. What? I'm mad for the country fans. Post Malone over Jelly Roll and Shabuzi. I know Luke Combs. I'm not super familiar with Morgan Wallen. Y'all gonna troll me in the comments. Favorite male country. That boy went from rap to pop to country. Is that what he did? Yo, hey, look. I don't know. Let me know if y'all agree with that as well. Favorite female country artist goes to Beyonce over Ella Langley, Casey Musgraves, Lainey Wilson, Megan Moroney. Again, completely unfamiliar with any of these artists. So like I said, my bias will come in. I only know Beyonce. I don't know any the rest of these artists. So shout out to Beyonce. Congratulations to her. Favorite country duo or group, Dan and Shay. I don't know who they are. Favorite country album goes to Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. W for Beyonce. I know Jelly Roll, definitely Post Malone and Shabuzi. I think it's Beyonce's fan base will definitely came out and voted for this to win. Absolutely. I could definitely see them, the Beehive, doing their job here. Favorite country song, Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. Favorite male R&B artist goes to The Weeknd. Shout out The Weeknd. Favorite female R&B artist goes to SZA. So she took a W. There we go. I didn't know. I didn't know that she won. So shout out to SZA over Kalani, Money Long, Summer Walker, and Tyler. Absolutely. Money Long has a song out too. That's definitely doing numbers. I think Summer Walker has a project out too. But Tyler and Kalani, I know both of them. I just don't know what Tyler has done since like her initial like jump on the scene. Like I don't know what she's done. Favorite R&B album goes to The Weeknd. Favorite R&B song goes to SZA. SZA wins again for Saturn. Shout out to her. Bad Bunny wins for Latin artist. Favorite female Latin artist goes to Becky G. Favorite Latin duo, Julian Alvarez y Su Norteño Banda. Shout out to them. Bad Bunny wins for favorite Latin album. Favorite Latin song goes to Shakira. Favorite female R&B artist goes to SZA. So SZA is racking up. The fans understood the assignment. Shout out to them. Somebody said something about them splitting up Kendrick and SZA or something like that too, and they had an issue with that. I don't think I have an issue with them split. They're two different types of artists. They are touring together, but one is clearly R&B and one is rap. So, favorite male hip hop artist goes to Eminem. And I think this is probably one of those ones that that obviously that the people are kind of confused about a little bit. When in all actuality, I think if you really understand how vast Eminem's fan base is, Eminem's fan base is crazy. If we're going on the idea that it's clearly a fan vote and the fans popped out, Eminem's fan base is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And that's not to take shots at Drake or Future or Kendrick or even Tyler, but I get the feeling that people, the Drake fans, the Future fans, the Kendrick fans, the Tyler fans probably just didn't know we got to get on here and we got to vote. We got to show that we want our guy to win or our artist to win. But shout out to Eminem. He won. Shout out to Eminem. Favorite female hip hop artist goes to Megan Thee Stallion over Doechii, Glorilla, Lotto, and Sexy Red. Shout out to Meg Thee Stallion. Shout out to Meg Thee Stallion. Favorite hip hop album goes to The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace. Yeah, man. Again, it comes down to it comes down to voting, and that's not just, we reacted to this entire album. The Death of Slim Shady full album reaction is up on this channel, and it was probably one of the best days in my rap YouTube career. Was reacting to this album. That lets you know I understand what his fan base looks like. So shout out to Eminem. Future and Metro took the L. Gunna, I wouldn't expect him to win. Kendrick, GNX didn't win. Tyler the Creator, Chromacopia. All of these, well, at least these two. I wasn't really a fan of We Don't Trust You or One of One. GNX and Chromacopia went crazy, and The Death of Slim Shady definitely was a crazy album too. So, like I said, any of these artists that are selected outside of maybe Gunna in this category should have had an opportunity to win. People were really bumping Future and Metro too. So, favorite hip hop song goes to Not Like Us, which I don't see how it could have lost with Like That, TGIF, What You Know About Me, or Luther. I mean, it could have lost to Luther, but Not Like Us was a phenomenon. We all understand that. So, again, he's up against himself he's up against himself in 3 of these. So if he wouldn't have won, that would have showed a little bit more maybe shenanigans, being if he wouldn't have won the favorite hip hop song for any of the songs, we could have said something. Collaboration of the year goes to Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Social song of the year goes to Doechii's Anxiety. Shout out to her. That song was just re-released too. Like it was just re-released. I think the original release date is like 5 or 6 years ago, and it was just released, I want to say maybe like 2 months ago. So it won. So shout out to Doechii. But again, like I said, I'm not familiar with Djo, Lola Young. So, but a bar song is, I don't see how that's a social song. Oh, it's on social media. My bad, on social media. All right. So favorite rock artist goes to 21 Pilots. Favorite rock album goes to 21 Pilots. I didn't even know they had an album out. Shout out to them. Favorite rock song goes to Linkin Park. Favorite Dance Electric goes to Lady Gaga. Favorite soundtrack goes to Arcane League of Legends. Favorite Afrobeats artist goes to Tyler over Thames. Y'all let me know if y'all agree with that. Favorite K-pop goes to RM. And that about concludes all of the different categories. So again, to conclude this video, right? To conclude this video, I think I don't want it to just jump into one deep end. I'm not saying that that's not the case, because there's no proof. I can't prove it, yes or no. It could totally be shenanigans and I just don't know. But I do think there is a lack of information where maybe we just didn't understand, or people that maybe have wanted Kendrick to win just didn't understand they had to get out there and they had to vote. And I think a lot of the Kendrick pages was doing their job, bro. Like I seen them posting the links, telling you how many times you can vote. We posted it on our side too. Everybody was posting it just to kind of get it out there. It just probably wasn't enough, or maybe it was too little too late. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Like I said, man, I guess to end it, I don't know if he was really snubbed. I don't know if he was snubbed, or I don't know if people just didn't know to get out and vote. But y'all can let me know in the comments. That's what the comments are for. Do you think Kendrick was snubbed? Do y'all think it was some shenanigans happening behind the scenes? Or do y'all think We just didn't understand the assignment. We didn't get out there and we didn't vote. Either way, let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments. Do me a favor, hit that sub button if you guys enjoyed the content. Make sure you guys hit that like button as well. Turn on the notification bell so you guys know when I go live and when I drop videos, man. It really helps out a lot. You guys can follow me at all my socials as well. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.